faces off, and the puck won back to the Russian zone. Galchenyuk plays it across for Alexander Romanov, the top defenseman in last year's tournament. Ty Dellandrea plays that in the corner. He got belted down by Dmitry Voronkov. Puck loose and fed across by Voronkov. Canada, by the way, is the home team in this game, wearing its black uniform. Aiden Dudas across the line. He got squeezed off the puck. Galchenyuk goes back, shoves down Dudas. Here's Romanov with it. The Russians struck with 3 goals in the first 13 minutes of the round-robin meeting.
Discipline will be a key early. You can only imagine how excited these kids are, pumped with adrenaline in the start of this gold medal game.
Kevin Ball in the Ottawa 67s ahead for Liam Foudy. Fires it in. Foudy pitches one of Canada's top 3 players in the tournament by the management staff. Centering pass for Foudy, a backhand shot on the goal post. Rebound to Nolan Foote. That's tapped wide by Foudy. What a chance there for Foudy. Now knocked down at center ice by Bowen Byron, who missed the semifinal game with a stomach bug. Canada actually segregating players at the hotel, moving them to different floors and different rooms to try to contain the illness.
I got to tell you, I'm shocked that Barrett Hayton has taken a shift here.
Now walking in a quick chance. Hofer turns that away as Alexandrov came in.
Good for him. This looked so bad yesterday, and here he is in the game. We'll see what he's got.
Ivan Morozov feeds that back at the point for Daniel Missul. Missul in, shoots. That was blocked by Byram. Owen Byram, the Vancouver Giants, ahead for Dylan Cousins. He battles for it. Puck squirted free in front, knocked down by Bernard Docker. Byram, lead pass to Cousins, into Lafreniere and Hayton. Drop pass by Cousins is picked up, and picked up by Pavel Dorofeyev. Fed across now. Zhuravlov, who saved the goal of that semifinal win over Sweden. Plays it back around. Picked up by Hayton. Shovels it ahead to Lafreniere. Alexei Lafreniere in, shoots, and a pad save made by Niftahoff. Russians have pulled goaltenders in 3 games in the tournament so far. And did it the last time they met in the gold medal game against Canada in 2015. 2.5 minutes in, Brogdon switched netminder. Akil Thomas tied up behind the goal. Back for Dawson Mercer. Now Jared McIsaac, one of 5 returnees for Canada, has to retreat. Mercer up ahead for Thomas. Kicked in by Raphael Lavoie. Lavoie in deep, trying to center it. Mercer throws it back in front. That's knocked away. Bernard Docker walks in. He hammered that high. What a pace here in the first period.
He's just watching this and thinking this is not even a little bit surprising how quickly these 2 teams, these 2 rivals, have come out and started to play.
Jamie Drysdale, lead pass for Lavoie. His long shot, blocked away by Niftahoff. Loose to Ty Dellandrea. Dellandrea throws that back in the corner. Romanov, the Montreal Canadiens' second-round pick, is back to pick it up. He's being watched there by Dudas. Vasily Podkolzin. Lead pass to Voronkov. He got tangled up. Marchenko, a long shot. That's blocked by Hofer, and he'll hang on.
Liam Foudy's got 3 goals in the tournament, and he's going to loft this backhander, kind of shovel it towards the net. Niftahoff doesn't see it. It goes all the way through the traffic, hits the post, and comes straight back out. The Canadian bench and Barrett Hayton think they're on the board, but it hits the post and bounces away.
Now the fake's off in the Canadian zone. Joe Veleno will take the draw against Alexander Havanov.
And I would suspect, even though Hayton's playing, he's not going to be much of a factor in the face-off circle. That puts a heavier load on Joe Veleno, who has taken draws at a high rate and been successful in this tournament.
He was terrific in the 3rd period of Canada's opening game win against the United States, with 12 and 5 on draws in that game, and led Canada in ice time in the hockey game. Now Ty Smith picks it up, the reigning CHL defenseman of the year. Up for Nolan Foote, the scoring star for the Kelowna Rockets. Now the forecheck is Veleno. And Zamula backboard for the Russians. Pedacosta, Grigory Denisenko, who led the tournament scoring a year ago. Trying to find Havanov. He was spun around. Ty Smith goes in. He had Havanov collide. Puck loose along the boards. Played back by Denisenko. And a penalty coming to Canada. Havanov was spilled. And the Russians will get the game's first power play 4 minutes and 5 seconds in. And Jared McIsaac will go off.
This Russian power play started out just terribly, but they've got 7 power play goals in the last 3 games. Special teams likely have a factor, of course, in a 1-game final. McIsaac is trying to box out Havanov. His stick gets tied up in his feet, and just when his stick is there, the goaltender Hofer gives him a shove as well. So Canada's penalty killers will get to work here early.
Russia started the tournament 0 for 15 on the power play. They're 7 for 17 since. Romanov fires. That was blocked. Dorofeyev tries to knock it down, and it's played out by Dellandrea. Dorofeyev was taken off the Russian top power play unit early in the tournament when the Russians were struggling. Back on it now.
This has become their second unit. It started as the number 1 unit, but with Denisenko's group just on the ice, they've gone back to Morozov and Marchenko and Podkolzin up front.
Bouncing puck behind the goal, picked up by Byram. Byram slaps at it. The puck loose along the sideboards. Morozov plays that back at the point for Zamula. Podkolzin plays that back door. A hard shot taken by Marchenko. That's knocked away by Hofer. Marchenko back to Zamula. Long wrist shot. Hofer makes the stop through the screen of Podkolzin.
Joel Hofer has taken over the Canadian goal, a .945 save percentage coming into today. Go back a few weeks. It's amazing how long this tournament and pre-tournament and camp is, but how quickly things change. The Canadian staff was talking about as they went to training camp, it's a goal dogfight. Nobody is there's no clear order. Anybody's got a chance to be the starter. It started with Nico Dawes. Joel Hofer came in relief and then has taken over the net. He has been simple and sensational in goal for Canada.
Aiden Dudas fires that down to the Russian zone. A minute to go in the Russian power play. Miftahov plays it across for Denisenko. Grigory Denisenko. First round pick of the Florida Panthers in 2018. Drops it off for Havanov. Now Voronkov brings it around. Alexandrov drops it back. And a race for it. That's blocked down by Zamula. Plays it across to Denisenko, being watched there by Dudas. Denisenko feeds that down to Alexandrov. Alexandrov back to Havanov. He holds and feeds that back. Zamula across to Havanov. Has a lane, waits. Being watched there by Ball, feeds it down. Voronkov, a centering pass. Across they come. Denisenko powdered down wide. Havanov knocks it down. 20 seconds to go on the Russian power play. Havanov loose behind the Canadian goal. Feeds that back to Denisenko. Denisenko back to Havanov. That pass disrupted by Dudas. The puck leaves the zone.
Great play by Dudas to be aware that where the pass option was to get a stick into the lane. And Canada does a terrific job killing off the first Russian power play.
One shot for the Russians on that man advantage. A drop pass, misfired. And they look for Havanov, picked up now by Cousins. And Dylan Cousins, who can fly, brings it out. Away comes Cousins. Gains center ice and across the line. He shoots. Miftahov makes the save. Cousins back on it. Pokes it back in front. That's knocked down by Mizyul. Tipped in now by Ratishev. Nikita Ratishev. Tied up there by Byram. Picked up by Jacob Bernard Docker. Out to center ice to Hayton. Up he goes for Lafreniere. Drops it back to Hayton. Hayton taps it back down to Lafreniere. The puck at his skates. He wheels it back for Ty Smith. Smith down to Lafreniere. A shot that deflects wide on the other side. McIsaac played it back. That's picked off. And kicked in by Polyenkov. He turns it over. Lafreniere to McIsaac. In shoots. That's partly blocked by Polyenkov. At the line is Ty Smith to Lafreniere. Lafreniere plays it down. McIsaac, a centering pass. Missed Hayton. And now Ty Smith pokes it ahead. Good pressure by Canada here. Finally moved out by Maxim Sorokin. Rink wide pass to Hayton. Drops it out to McIsaac. His shot kicked up by Miftahov. Podkolzin up ahead to Voronkov. Dmitry Voronkov working on McIsaac. Pulls it away to the front and sends it back in front. That goes for everyone and back out to center ice. 7.5 gone here in a scoreless first period.
Everybody takes a break here as the puck goes down and teams get the change. And but man, this has been fast. There is a real heaviness to this pace of the game.
Podkolzin, poke check by Kevin Ball. And the play is offside at the Canadian line. It's the gold medal game of the 2020 World Junior Hockey Championship.
19-year-old Barrett Hayton has had an outstanding tournament for Canada. Here was the injury yesterday, driven into the boards by Lassie Thompson. In warm-up, he kind of lofted the puck around. That was the hardest shot that he's taken. Now, it's really difficult to play when you're being protective of a body part. The upper body, the left shoulder of Hayton is the issue, and you saw him wander into the corner, not finish a check that he likely would. He talked before the tournament about calling the other returnees about leadership, how they would help lead this team. Gord, he's doing what he can here as the captain of the team to try and give them some minutes in the middle of the ice. It's clear he's nowhere near 100%.
Igor Zamula plays for the Calgary Hitmen in the Western League, sends that ahead. Back goes Kalen Addison to pick it up. Brings that around. Nolan Foote up ahead for Joe Veleno, working out with Footy. He was poke checked by Morozov. Zamula back across to Chiravlov. And the Russians settle things down. The shots are even at 4. Morozov, long lead pass. Nolan Foote got a stick on that. Shot down, and Hofer takes that back for Kevin Ball of the Ottawa 67. Addison, long lead pass for Liam Footy. Footy drops it off to Veleno. And Joe Veleno chips that down to the corner. Hovanoff back to pick it up. Brings that around. Held by Bernard Docker. Plays it back in. Footy trying to dig that. Creates back at center ice. And Byram knocks it down for Canada for Bernard Docker. Jacob Bernard Docker. Lead pass for Delandria. That was knocked away. And a move ahead by Romanov. His long shot gloved by Hofer. And he'll hang on to that as Byram gets tangled up behind the goal. And there is Valery Bragin, the head coach of the Russian national junior team for the 6th straight World Junior. Inconceivable that Russia has one gold medal in the last 16 years in this tournament.
Well, their leader is Alexander Romanov, who's had another outstanding tournament, the Montreal Canadiens second rounder. And I'm with you, Gord. When I look through the past winners and medal winners of this tournament, it seems unbelievable some of these streaks that are rolling around, including the Russians not having more gold medals recently.
This is the 25th World Junior with a playoff format. As the puck is won back to Misiul. Long shot, bounces down in front, knocked down by Cousins. The Russians are playing in their 13th gold medal game. They're 4-8 in the previous 12. Poked ahead by Jamie Drysdale, the first 17-year-old to play for Canada at the World Juniors since Aaron Ekblad in 2014. Ty Smith picks it up. Smith banks it off the sideboards, back down to the Russian zone. This will be icing against Canada.
The 2020 IIHF World Junior Hockey Championship is brought to you by the Chevrolet Good Deeds Cup. Kiwis, submit your good deed for the chance to win $100,000 for charity.
Back here on Ostrava, the final day of the 2020 World Junior Hockey Championship, a terrific host city. The rink's been packed here night after night. Tremendous atmosphere. Helped by the fact that there's some 3,000 Canadians here. Ty Smith swings back for it. Smith pokes at it, knocked down by Podkolzin. Smith another whack at it, plays to the center to Hayton. In comes Barrett Hayton with Lafreniere. The drop for Lafreniere, moves in, and Zamula poke check that away. Lafreniere down to Hayton. Hayton pivots back. And again, Hayton on it. Knocked away from him. At the line, held by Bernard Docker. In deep for Lafreniere. He holds the puck as Canada changes. Foot comes on. Picked up by Pilyenkov. For Podkolzin to Voronkov. He flipped that rink wide. And the return pass in escapes. He's bumped off the puck there by Foot. And the play was called offside at the Canadian line. You're watching the gold medal game from the 2020 World Junior Hockey Championship in Ostrava. Tangerine Raptors basketball continues Tuesday when the Raptors take on Portland. Tip off at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific on TSN. Shots are 5-4 in favor of Russia. A scoreless opening period.
The best chance was Liam Footy's floating backhander that hit the goalpost just a couple of minutes in.
Alexandrov squeezed there by Byram. Now Veleno reaching for it. Back at the point, Galena can't hold it. Footy almost off to the races there. And Veleno back to pick it up. Joe Veleno playing this year with Grand Rapids at the American League. The first round pick of the Detroit Red Wings. Winds his way in. Footy shoots. Gloved by Miftahov, and a penalty coming to Russia.
This is a slashing penalty on Joe Veleno as he's carrying the puck through the middle of the ice.
And so Nikita Alexandrov will go off, and Canada gets its first power play of the game. 9:17 left in the period.
He reaches out with the stick and slashes the left hand of Veleno, and Canada's power play, which has been unbelievable in the tournament, 12 for 27, will get their first opportunity. Canada has killed off Russia's power play, the one that they've had.
Veleno, Cousins, Lafreniere up front, Hayton on the back end along with Kalen Addison.
Remember when Barrett Hayton has his 4 power play goals? He can really shoot it off the top of that circle. We'll see if that's an option here.
Lafreniere winds that down to Cousins. Dylan Cousins plays that back to Addison. Addison to Lafreniere. Walks it and shoots. Miftahoff fights that off. Mishuel around the boards and back down the ice. Washington allowed 6 goals on 29 opposition power plays. They got lit up a bit by Sweden in their overtime win in the semifinals. Addison drops it back to Hayton. He swings it back to Addison. 8:45 to go in the period. Away comes Hayton through the middle of the ice. That's knocked away from Veleno. And Cousins has it back. Dylan Cousins. In across the line is Hayton. Barrett Hayton works in. It rolls off his stick. And now Podkolzin has it back for the Russian. Plays it through the middle of the ice to Voronkov. Dmitry Voronkov working in. Voronkov shoots. He goes wide with that. And now Hayton waiting for it. Pivots back along the board. And Addison swings back to pick it up. A minute to go in the Canadian power play. Addison up to Veleno. Joe Veleno swings that down for Cousins. Now Hayton goes after it. Hayton knocked down, plays it back for Lafreniere. In for Hayton. Barrett Hayton walks in, shoots. That was blocked. Bounces back at the point for Byram.
That takes a bite out of Romanoff. He's still on the limp a little bit.
Byram crisscrossing with Lafreniere. In comes Alexei Lafreniere. Post up. The Russian stick knocked away, and a penalty coming to Canada. The stick knocked out of the hands of Maxim Sorkin. And Joe Veleno's going to go off with 27 seconds to go in the Canadian power play.
Veleno's trying to open up a passing lane by getting Sorkin's stick out of the way. Take a look at 17, and no, you just can't do that. Interference is the call. He's trying to lift his stick so there's a pass lane for Lafreniere. Canada gets burned on it, and we'll have 4-on-4 for just under 30 seconds. Romanoff blocked the Hayton wrist shot. Struggling a little bit on the Russian bench. Man, is he a key for this Russian team.
So McMichael to take the face-off against Morozov, and Connor McMichael wins that draw. Ty Smith plays around for Bernard Docker. 4-on-4 for 20 more seconds. Smith back to pick it up. Bernard Docker swings that across to Foudy. Liam Foudy. Bottle up there by Morozov. Winds his way through center ice. In comes Foudy with a great move. Foudy works back in. Tries to wrap it around. Now the goaltender Miftahoff has lost his stick. Zhuravlov gives it back to him. Now the Russians on the power play. Backhand shot by McMichael, and a save made by Miftahoff. Russia on its second power play now. 0 for 1 in their first with 1 shot. Morozov drops it back for Denisenko. 7 to go in the opening period. Zamula drops that back for Denisenko. Grigory Denisenko. Back across to Havanov. Voronkov to Havanov. Dropped off to Denisenko. Alexandrov back out there for the Russians. The cross-ice pass broken up by Dudas, and he sends it down.
That's the second time today Dudas has been in the right place to deflect a pass away and clear it down the ice on the penalty kill.
Alexandrov takes a return pass from Havanov. Back at the point is Denisenko. Across to Zamula. Back for Denisenko. Has time. On shot. In a leg in front. Now reaching for it. Not knocking it out is Thomas. Havanov with it. Havanov drops it back. Denisenko a drive. That was blocked by Thomas. And Foudy plays it out. And now the play offside at the Canadian line with 20 seconds to go in the Russian power play.
A couple of real good blocks for Canada on the penalty kill. Aiden Dudas makes a couple of strong plays defensively as well. There's the first block that catches McIsaac, buckles him as it hits him in the knees, and there's Akil Thomas. What a block to come into the middle of the ice. Joe Valeno appreciates the effort as Thomas comes across to the middle, and he's a ways away. That takes some courage to get down there and block it that far away from the shooter. He blocks it and chips it out of the zone.
At this point in the round-robin game, it was 3-0 Russia. A very different situation with a very different-looking Canadian team tonight. Romanov for Podkolzin.
Man, that seems like forever ago.
Podkolzin fires that down. Picked up by Byram. Final seconds now of the power play. Dudas on it now. Lifts that to the line, but not up. Morozov kept it alive. Marchenko gets there first for the Russians. Squeezed off the puck by Bernard Docker. Podkolzin tries to knock it down. Valeno out of the box. Chips that across the blue line. No shots for Russia on that last power play. 5.5 to go here in the opening period. Romanov lines through center ice. He's taken down by Delandria. Hofer for Byram. Owen Byram throws that back in the corner. And now Byram has to retreat. And around is Ilya Kruglov. Drops it down to Ratishev. Delandria trying to kick that free. Sorkin comes in. Now Sorkin works it loose. Tries to move it back in front. Knocked away by Smith. Kruglov back on it. And the bottle up here. Now a penalty coming to Ty Smith. It'll be a tripping call as Kruglov went flying. And the Russians are going back to the power play with 4:56 to go.
Russia will go back to the power play. Ty Smith with the penalty, but Kruglov takes a little bit of a flop here as he's going back behind the net. Canada's third time shorthanded in this first period. You can really take the wind out of somebody if you do a great job penalty killing early. This is another important time in the game here for Canada's penalty killers.
Isaac fired that down. Now Foodie bounces it down to the Russian zone. Miftahoff leaves it there for Dorofeyev. Drops it back to Podkolzin, the Vancouver first rounder. Podkolzin across the line. Poke check by McIsaac. And Dudas knocks it out. Dorofeyev slides it across to Podkolzin. Romanov across to Marchenko. Pass put the head for Marchenko, but knocked down by Valeno and played back to center ice. They'll try on the other side. Dorofeyev works in. Being shadowed there by McIsaac. Dorofeyev sets it up. Drops that back at the point for Romanov. Romanov a long shot. Hoping to save. Rebound. Drops down, played to the corner by Byram. Dorofeyev in for Podkolzin. Podkolzin plays it back across to Marchenko. Down to Podkolzin. Podkolzin plays it back in front. Byram got in the way of that. No, pass back across. Hofer makes the stop on the deflection. Podkolzin with it. Feeds it back to Dorofeyev. Dorofeyev to Podkolzin that bounced off his stick. Podkolzin. Back for Dorofeyev. Romanov. Back down to Marchenko. Fans on that shot. Played around by Byram. And Dorofeyev knocks it down. Pavel Dorofeyev. Centering pass for Morozov. And it dribbles down to Hofer. He hangs on to that.
What a reactionary stop by Joel Hofer as a puck deflects off the left foot of Jared McIsaac. McIsaac's in front of the net. This is a cross-crease pass off the foot and tremendous reflexes and positioning by Joel Hofer. The St. Louis Blues fourth-round draft choice in 2018 has been sensational in this tournament. There's a real calmness to the way he plays the position. He's had a fantastic year in Portland to the Western Hockey League. A .937 save percentage there, a .945 save percentage coming into this gold medal final today.
Hofer, a native of Winnipeg, was drafted by St. Louis in the fourth round in 2018. Traded from Swift Current to Portland last year. You mentioned his save percentage in the Western League, number 2 to Dustin Wolf, who came here for the United States in this tournament.
You go to a new city, you get a new billet. He's billeting with Ian Walsh, the NHL referee, and his family.
Long shot there from Zamula. That was blocked and sent back down the ice. 20 seconds to go in the Russian power play. Denisenko feeds on the head for Ronkov. A long shot. That goes wide. Played back in by Havanov. Bernard Docker gets to it. Plays it along the boards. Foodie racing to it. Now in the corner, Voronkov. Final seconds of the power play. Voronkov. He got knocked down. Plays it down to Alexandrov. Havanov. Feeds that back. Zamula. Plays it across. And a single drive. Another penalty coming to Canada here. Touched up by Dellandrea. And a slashing call will once again put Russia on the power play for the 4th time in the first period. And this time it'll be Kevin Ball who goes off.
I was looking at the shooter, didn't see this live. Ball's in front of the net. And there's the slash as he comes down over top of Voronkov.
Russia, 4 shots on 3 power plays. Valeno got dunked. Now back at the plate. Romanov, a shot and the glove save by Hofer.
And if Canada can kill this off, you're going to be down under a minute in this period. You could pull the air out of Team Russia here if you've kicked them in the shins 4 times on the power play. Huge draws here for Valeno. The continued aggressiveness of Canada's penalty kill is a paramount at this time. They have given Russia almost no time to set and create a play. It's been really impressive so far.
Now Valeno trying to win that forward. Here's Romanov back with it. Alexander Romanov flies it across to Dorofeyev, walks in and fires. That deflected wide. Loose puck on the side to Drysdale, and Jamie Drysdale gets bumped there by Morozov. Into the corner for Podkolzin. Now Podkolzin drops it back to Romanov. Romanov to Dorofeyev. Back to Romanov. Feeds it across. Dorofeyev, a shot that was blocked by Drysdale. It took a fight out of Jamie Drysdale. He's slow to get to his feet. Dorofeyev drops that back to Romanov. His long wrist shot got through off the inboard, swept away by Hofer. Loose behind the goal to Podkolzin. Vasily Podkolzin to Dorofeyev.
Drysdale continues to limp around.
Now Romanov shoots, that deflects wide. Marchenko plays it down to Podkolzin, tied up by Drysdale. And the puck loose in the corner for Morozov. Minute to go with the Russian power play. Dorofeyev back for Romanov. Romanov feeds across. Marchenko. Cross ice pass. Dorofeyev tees it up and shoots. Hofer the save, and he pounces on the rebound. Dad Stephen, Mama Lane, and sister Lila Hofer looking on as Joel Hofer, the 19-year-old from Winnipeg, puts on a show here in the first period.
These penalty killers have done an amazing job. We saw the shot blocked by Drysdale. He's being tended to at the Canadian bench, but when the puck gets to Hofer, everything is locked down. The players talked about his rebound control, how calming it is, and it continues to be.
Missile, a long shot, that deflected. Now picked up, and a jam play. Sorkin couldn't poke it home, and it's sent down the ice by Dellandrea. Daniel Zhuravlov, the Colorado 5th-round pick, slides it ahead to Missoul. Missoul fires it in. 25 seconds to go in the power play. Bernard Docker has time. And the play was offside. The faceoff will go all the way back down the Russian zone as they were warned to tag up and did not.
Valeri Bragin does some things that are tough to follow sometimes. He's got a power play on the ice. He's obviously not very happy with what the first couple of units have done. So his last power play is Kruglov, who doesn't have a goal in the tournament, Ratishev, who has one, and Sorkin has one in the tournament. Those guys are on the ice. Wouldn't expect that they're going to score very much, but clearly not happy with the way those first 3 power plays have gone. Now Canada 20 seconds from getting out of a 4th.
Zamula drops that back. Here's Denisenko. Leaving it back for Havanov. Havanov works in. Couldn't get a shot away. Havanov drops that back. The pass misfires in the final minute now of the opening period. Kolyenkov back for it. 2 shots for Russia on that power play. They're 0 for 4 in the first period. Canada was shorthanded for 6 of the last 6 minutes and 53 seconds.
Now you got to get your big boys back in the game here. Lafreniere on the ice for the first time in forever to get him into the flow.
Foot couldn't sweep it out. Denisenko plays it across. Havanov can get a shot away. Now does it. Bounces back in front. Here's Sokolov with it. Back at the point he goes, Zamula. Zamula moves in, shoots, that took the stick out of Foot's hands. And now poke ahead for Hayton. Away comes Barrett Hayton, winds it across the line. Hayton took a whack on the hands there. Hayton centers it, picked up by Lafreniere, spins and shoots, it bounces down in front. Picked up by Smith. 10 seconds to go in the period. Ty Smith beats it rink wide to Ball. Ball walks in. Kevin Ball, a backhand shot, loose in front. They couldn't get the rebound. Ball back with it. Beats across the Hayton. He shoots. That was blocked. And time expires here at the end of the first period. Hayton flipped Sokolov with a stick, attempting that shot. And there may be another penalty to Canada here at the end of the first period. The officials are confirmed.